Good morning.
Morning, morning.
All right. Very good. The technology that allows us to connect with each other is pretty amazing. I don't think you're in Vernon. I don't think you're home. I'm in the United States right now. People are all over the world. It's kind of even with the technical glitch we're having today with the Zoom, it's kind of astounding that we're sort of together in the way that we're able to be together and yet able to sort of go where we need to go. And it's kind of technology is pretty amazing.
It is, yeah.
It's really nice. Thank you for this open talk. Today is about, well, who knows where we'll end up, but we're going to start talking about the split duality, which you've talked about for years and have been talking about recently. And I had to sort of I want to start off with a specific question and then see where it takes us. I know for myself, a couple of years ago, I had a pretty powerful connection where I sort of saw the whole universe and the Big Bang as this big explosion and this split million waves of the universe itself, and that it was slowly coming back to oneness, and then it would split again, and so on and on. And I sort of saw us as that, like we're just split even in ourselves and our atoms and our thoughts and our beliefs, and we're trying to sort of, you're helping us bring everything back together to one point again. And so in that sense, when you've got it as many people at many times, that when you see the split, which is often created by preference, that it comes together and then it sort of dissolves and you see the illusion of the issue at all, like it's not even an issue anymore. And at the same time, in my last connection, near the end of it, it got really beautiful, and you were sort of saying how you said something really crazy. It was like, you need God for evil to exist, and you need evil for God to exist. And it sort of went, wow. So there's this idea of sort of like you need the opposite to truly understand the one, which is on a simple level. This is, of course, we all know this. We've all, even as kids, gee, if it was sunny every day, we wouldn't appreciate the sun. On a very simplistic level, we all know this, that the variation and the differences is what creates the ripeness of life itself. And yet, this seemed to be opposing to a degree. I mean, is the split an illusion that we want to help dissolve, or is the split something that we sort of need that enriches us? And so I just wanted to start there and just maybe have you talk a little bit about the split in general and address that specific question of like, is it good? Is it bad? What do we do with it? How does it help us? And how do we need to move past it? And just sort of all of that stuff.
It's just like the way you just have started. You saw from your own side, like it's just like a Big Bang, you called it, the split. And it goes in different pieces and come back. And you see that it's just like if you are impersonal in a higher level way. And then it's just like it's a simple, like it's like we call it maybe universal play, we can call it, or we can call it its play. Right? Because in its play, there is no gain or no loss. It's just playful. Come together, split, right? But as a human being, we are suffering from this split. And the reason for suffering is our ignorance. We are blind to ourselves. We are blind to our split. right? So if we are blind to this split, it's just like, and then you don't understand. And the person is always, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what is it. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what to do. What is right? What is wrong? I don't know, right? There is so much confusion in the mind. This person is unable to understand own self because own self itself is in the darkness, right? We see things happening. We see the other people suffering, for example, right? We see that, but we don't see ourself. Ourself is in the darkness. As you said, there, yeah, even there is a preferences. We have a preferences. We have a belief system. We keep on creating belief system. We're creating this control, right? And more control we have, more fear exists, and more tools we need to just live. But there is no solution in that way. It's like if the solution is, it's not outward, it's not to do something to get rid of something. Temporarily, the person capable to be in that kind of game, trying to do something, trying to fix something. But in a reality, you have to shine the light on your own self though. So which is the most difficult thing? So just see that we are coming from this duality, this split, but we got to open our eyes in this split though. It's like we need to shine the light on ourselves. If we don't shine the light on ourselves, we are unable to become one because we don't even know this split exists. We only know we are suffering. We only know we are unable to do anything about it. So slowly, slowly, if the one is capable to shine the light and then capable to see the split, and the split is not about one thing, because you just see that we've been living here from a while now, from long time. We have collected quite a bit as a consciousness, right? It's not about I have collected something. It's as a consciousness, we have collected a lot. It's like, just see that how many rules, regulation we are creating every single day, right? So this is happening as a consciousness. And but same time, we're just being trapped in it. So it's like the dust is accumulating on our own self.
It's like there's one big pail of splits, and we're all diving in there, and we're all making it more complicated for each other just by our societies getting more complex and fighting. And
yeah.
You know, I don't know why I was smiling in the beginning of why you were talking, but somehow everything you just said just seems like sort of the most beautiful answer you've ever given. I don't know why. Something about the universe, something about when in the beginning, especially when you said the universe is just, it's just this play. It seems so innocent.
Yeah.
And it took all the stigma, the judgment off of the split. And it's not so much that we're split that's the issue. It's just we don't know. It's the lack of consciousness and then the confusion that arises therein that causes the pain, rather than if you just be the split and let it grow, come together and go apart, and you're not attached to it. There's no problem. So there's just, when you talked about it, there was just It felt like such an innocence, almost like a little kid. The
It,
universe is just
yes,
this little kid.
yes, yes,
It's really
yes,
beautiful.
yeah. Because you remember that how many times I have explained this. It's like there is a no gain and no loss. It's just a play. Nothing goes more, nothing goes less. But as a human being, we just making it up more and more with the mind. Okay, you know what? If I shed my body, and then the imagination is creating more things about it, and we are more being stuck in it. And you see that like every day we have imaginations for the future, and which is not letting us to live in a present moment.
Yeah, talk about that a little more. When you say if I shed the body, is that you're talking about somebody imagining sort of waking up or going to heaven, or what do you
Yeah,
mean
yeah,
exactly?
yeah. It's just like when we shed the body, just see that people living in an imaginary world.
What they think will happen when that occurs, kind of thing.
Exactly. It's like the thinking, okay, something is gonna happen. I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna be that. Right?
Mhm.
It's not about what you imagining or what you hearing from other people's experiences, because everybody's experiences are limited.
Mm.
Yeah. So we don't need to just, you learn from the experiences. I'm not saying there is a bad experience or or disconnect from the experiences. You learn from the experience, and if you learn from the experience, then you see that, okay, it's limited. It's one thing. It's not all.
Mhm.
Right? So if it's not all, then we have the more responsibility as a human being in this now. Otherwise, we're not being in the responsibility, right? Because we just have our eyes are set on the future.
Yeah, when I get out of this, it'll be
Yeah,
better. Thank God,
yeah,
I'll be okay. I'll be relieved. Blah blah
yeah,
blah.
yeah, yeah. But it's not like that.
You always say.
As I said, just remember, I said this is a consciousness. It's not about me, I. This me, I is the biggest illusion we have created because of we have this human body.
Yeah. Okay, right. It's tricking
So
us.
so just see that even if you shed the body, you're not gonna move beyond this consciousness. You're still part of the consciousness. But as a human being, we have ability to move beyond this, move beyond this consciousness. We can earn the higher level as human being. We have ability.
So if the split is just a play, if the universal, all these splits are just an innocent play, and there's no gain, there's no loss, and it goes out and it comes together. Does that mean we can attain that neutrality
Mm-hmm.
in the split? Must the split even go? Does the split even matter? Is it not a big deal if we can just stay impersonal to it? Or does the split have to come together and dissolve and disappear?
It's like just see that. First of all, if we don't shine the light on ourselves,
Mhm.
we're unable to do anything.
We're
We're
blind.
unable to attain anything,
Right.
right? Because you don't know, you don't understand.
And then we're being controlled by the system. So
Exactly.
that's not going to help us.
So it's like more you're shining the light on your own self, then you begin to see that how much control there is, how much fear there is, how much belief system there is, right? There is so much. We've been talking from years,
Mhm.
right? And fear of diseases is there. It's like if the fear comes about the diseases, like the person is just totally paralyzed, unable to move beyond.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just worthwhile, even for the young people. They need to start this much early age to shine the light upon oneself, right? So more you're shining the light, even in the early age, then you earn that kind of habit to see yourself, right? And more you're shining the light, you know it's me, right? Again and again, if you see your control, but in the beginning you see, oh, other person is controlling me. And then slowly, slowly you're capable to see it's my control. I am that, right? If I am that is so clear to the person, and that itself means you already stepped out a bit.
Starting this.
Because the secret is out, right?
That's me.
Before the person is thinking, you know what, that person is controlling me. And the whole life is being spent by this issue that, oh, you see, others are controlling me. I'm helpless. I'm helpless. I'm not capable to move beyond this control, right?
Yeah, I was going to say there's the next step, which is, okay, I see that that person's not controlling me, but something's controlling me and I don't understand myself and I'm so complicated and I just don't get it. And I'm almost a victim of life and you're still not quite there yet, but it's better. And then eventually you see, oh, it's me.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I'm starting to, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
The moment you see it's me, it's not small thing. Because you know that the moment you see as me, it's like the whole pressure comes down, whole illusion comes down, whole ego comes down, right? So many energies controlling comes down. But the person again has to earn more and more this and longer need to stay in this realization that it's me.
Yeah, if you can unplug from whatever you're plugging into and sort of like bear it, it's incredibly, it feeds you. It's so relief, it's a relief in a way. It's like, oh, the enemies aren't around me. Like I'm safe. This is the enemy. Like it's kind of like, but it's better that way. It's like, oh, it's me. Now I have a choice.
Yeah. Just see that if we are part of this consciousness blindly, or light here on this side, we are driven by this collective consciousness. There is you can't change anything.
Yeah.
You're gonna born with the package, you're gonna die it. It's just because the consciousness is circling, it's repeating. Right? So the self-will you only create through shining the light on your own self. And the self-will is not like my will, it's a higher will. You need to earn that. And you remember that Jesus said, thy will, right? Yeah. It's not all of a sudden you can say that thy will. You earn it.
Step by step.
Yes.
Yeah, I was in that really big time the last couple of days on and off, sort of seeing the, and I come to this point sometimes in myself where it just gets really simple. It's just I'm either out or I'm in. If I'm out, I'm big and I'm connected to things and I'm desperate and I'm controlling and I'm chasing it. If I'm in, I've just given up. I'm like, I can't win. I give up. And I'm not going to take any of this so seriously. I'm not going to close my eyes to it, but I'm not going to, it's all the capital letters become lowercase letters. It's just not so big anymore. And then I'm in, and then I realize there's no room for what I want. Like, I have to give up. Even was thinking even about you, like up to God's will and my teacher's will. Just do what your teacher says. Just shut up and do what your teacher tells you, kind of thing, you know, because, and then everything gets quiet enough for you to start to listen and for you to start to see. And that's, at least that's what it feels like in that moment. It just, everything gets softer, smaller, and slower, and there's room to see and listen.
Yeah, because the consciousness itself is like the way is spinning is very fast. It's like in the beginning, the person cannot even clue what's going on in me because there is a layer after layer, so much is going on. Right? And then to becoming slow, to earning this is like by returning back into oneself, it's like you can see the fastness. You can see the thoughts are running. You can see the many things that uncontrolled, right? You can see your patterns, behaviors, little bit simple ways, right? You can see that, but when you are slower than this whole consciousness speed is very fast and many levels, right? Because you see that like people living in this even planet, they're very different level of people. There are very low level of people, very higher level of people, right? It's not one thing. And this is, and consciousness is it's a full, it's so much is happening in the consciousness. Yeah. So illusionary way, the person is thinking, I have to be faster.
I have to keep up with this, all of this.
Yeah. But
That's
in
what it feels like
reality,
for me.
yeah.
I'm just like, can't, I can't. And then I'm like, wait, you have to give up and almost like let it crush you. Like, I can't manage this. You almost have to let the whole universe, the whole consciousness just crush you and trust that you're not going to be destroyed or something. It feels that way to me. It's like so overwhelming because you know me and how quickly I will, like, it's like, I can't fix this. Like, I have to lose. And then something different starts to happen.
Yeah. Because losing, slowing you down, losing, opening your eyes, losing, letting you be in the more. But in an opposite way, the mind ways or the personal ways, it's like I have to gain. It's just like I have to be in the more to grab something.
I can't lose. I got to win.
Yeah,
I must win, of course.
Yeah.
It's totally the opposite.
Yeah, it's opposite. Because this is where the higher knowledge is. Higher knowledge is available for us. And but when your face is turning toward yourself, and then there is so much, there is a unlimited way this knowledge is available to us. Because sometimes the people, they are, through their practices, they can attain some amount of knowledge, some amount of ability to be. Yeah. But once you start it, you just don't let yourself stop anywhere. There is so much more.
I keep coming back to the first thing I asked you. Something's opening in me right now that I just want to share and see how you feel about it. It's like all the splits in the universe is just the play because the universe has dissolved those splits. So I'm just seeing this, just like this. It's like the splits are inside the universe, and the universe knows, kind of thing. It's like if the universe doesn't mind, it sees the splits. It's impersonal. It just is, and the splits are contained in it. And almost like I'm now thinking that all those years when you said bring the opposites together and let them dissolve, what you're really inviting us to do is almost become like the universe, where the split goes inside of us, and then we see both sides and we're like impersonal with it. So it's not about making the split disappear or making it go away. It's just bringing it inside, bringing the parts together so that it's just, I don't fully have it. And I don't know if I'm off track or on track, but somehow the universe is doing it the right way, and we're trying to attain that. We're trying to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
more of
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. But we need to understand it's like a universe, and universe does not work like as a mind. The universal knowledge is much broader, higher level of knowledge. It's like our mind knowledge is very limited, right? It's just like it's like with this knowledge, we are able to do things. We can build houses, we can build computers, factories. It's like, this mind knowledge is, it's like we can do so much with it, but this universal knowledge, according to that, this mind knowledge is nothing. That's why we call it is play. And you see that, like, even at the mind level, what is the difference at the mind level? You build a factory with your mind, right? You have built a factory. If you have built a factory and then something happened, it just got destroyed. There was a huge loss in it, but in the beginning, it was a huge gain in it, right? And this gain and this loss is just mind's game, not play, game. Because when you are in the gain, you are totally unconscious of the loss.
So when you're in the game, you're kind of like trapped in it. You don't really see that it's a game, but the universe knows it's a play.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Okay.
it's like you lost what you have gained. But in the universal level way, it's like, for example, according to the universe, this factory being destroyed, even this planet being destroyed, it's just a play. It's a part of the play. That's what you said in the early.
Yeah.
It's just a play. There is no loss in it.
Yeah, I was just seeing that before you said, I was like, yeah, if the Earth got destroyed, the universe wouldn't mind. It's just everything's still there. It's just in a different form. All the atoms are still there. Nothing was lost.
There's no loss in it.
And actually, it's funny you're saying this because one of the theories, one of the scientific theories in physics is that matter and energy can't be created or destroyed. Like there's nothing the universe, you couldn't make the universe lose if you wanted to make it lose. It's safe in that strange way that we're not.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. We are not safe, yes. Because we are identifying on self with this physical form, this body.
Right.
Yeah, which is obvious. It's like you need to protect your body, right? You need to live here, you need to earn, you need to, it's just like the way you are living. And at the same time, it's creating this trap. It's just like, because it's just running unconsciously. But if we beginning to earn this, right? If we're beginning beginning to earn this impersonalness. And then we are earning this broadness, beyondness, and then we are part of this universe, right? And then one day this body is gonna be gone, but it's not gonna be a shock or surprise or loss. This person already has earned it.
The person already knows it's part of all of this.
Yeah, because person already knows, yeah, it's part of all this. Yeah, as you said, this atoms or,
Wow, this is beautiful. It's really something really, yeah. So like, I'm just gonna reflect back what I'm hearing. It's like the person, and it's not totally the person's fault because like I need these cells to have this body to exist. If it doesn't, the little I dies and then I can't ever wake up. So I need it, but at the same time, it's not really it's not really real. It's not really me. And so as the person wakes up, the person starts to identify a little more with the universal self and a little less with this individual self. And then when the death happens, it's like, this isn't all that's me anyway. It's okay. I can't be destroyed either. I'm part of this universe. And then there's a more peaceful transition.
Yeah, because it's like the personalness. It's like the personal. It's just like me, I. Those things more you becoming conscious of it, and then you can let them die within, or you can be in the loss dearly from your heart, right? It's like it's helping you because this is our misunderstanding. And this earning is like slowly we begin to see this. We are part of this more than this what I think and I believe about myself. I'm more than that. You keep on earning. As you're living, you're earning.
And that's why we have the preferences and the splits sort of in the first place, because we're desperately trying to hold on to this thing that we identify as I. Because on the one level, we need it to exist, but on the other level, we trick ourselves and think that's all that there is this little baby I. So I have to, at all costs, keep it, maintain it, save it, protect it. And then there's threat and danger everywhere because I don't really see that, like, it's going to go, it's okay. And I don't have to clench so hard to feed it and to take care of it either. We overprotect, we overcompensate, and then we get afraid and we hurt ourselves with the fear and the anxiety and the protection and the control.
Because that is it's like to begin with, as I said, it's the illusion. This I, me, is illusion. We are part of this consciousness to begin with, right? We are. But we don't even understand it even that much in the beginning because we are so one with this identity, right? And more we are one with this identity is a blindness, and we keep on earning as we shining the light on ourselves. And even as you said earlier, first is your teacher. You have to hear your teacher. And which is helpful. And your teacher is shining the light on these eyes, on your secrets.
This is more of a personal comment than a comment about this, but it sort of occurred to me a couple of times today, and it's coming to me now, how sometimes I am very hard on myself, as everybody knows, and many of us are. But with how much I have an addiction to the mind and an attachment to the mind and an identification to the mind, it's kind of amazing that I'm on this walk at all. Like I should be a little more gentle with myself. we all could use to be more gentle with ourselves. But I'm just seeing as we're talking, like, this is my number one weakness. It's almost like going to the mind. And yet that's on this walk that you kind of want to go the opposite direction in a big way, in a lot of different ways. And so it's just appreciating the miracle that I'm even here with you. It's instead of pushing myself and why aren't you more this? Why aren't you better? I think I'm sure many of us push ourselves and have shame and feel like we're the dumbest one. And we've talked about this for years, but I'm just seeing it in this moment that it's like we're so wired to go in the exact opposite direction of what you're teaching us. That
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
we
mm-hmm,
all need to have that super effort, like Gurdjieff talks about, but we also have to be super gentle with ourselves at the same, super firm and super gentle,
mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm.
because it's not what we're wired to do.
Yeah, yeah. We need to understand we have so many weaknesses. We are not smart ones, and we are lacking this higher knowledge. We need to understand it, and more we understand, and then we are ready. We are open to learn more, to receive more, right? But if we are closed, then it's like I know better, or whatever, like, just one with weaknesses, or I should not have the weaknesses. It's like so many different ways the person is closed, hard on its own self. And we need to understand we are full with it. We are full with our weaknesses, right? We have took the birth from our parents, of course. They
And
had
all,
weaknesses, we have a weaknesses.
and all the genetic inheritances and the
Yes, yes, yes.
the species
Yeah,
itself and
yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Now you see, it's like how we are as a consciousness, as you say.
Yeah, just so much like weakness on weakness on weakness. And even
Yeah,
the amoebas in the beginning, the
yeah,
little one-celled organisms trying to live, trying to survive,
yeah,
so much danger everywhere.
yeah. But now as a human being, we are at the place where we can move beyond all of it, right?
Mm.
We are capable now.
You know, I'm seeing in this moment, it's not even like you have to like fix every weakness. It's not about fixing it. It's just
Mm.
sort of about seeing it fully and choosing to like just detach a little bit or allowing that detachment to occur. You can't make it happen, but just keep seeing it for what it is and keep seeing that you're not that.
Yeah.
It's almost,
It's like this is very, very difficult. That, like, throughout the years how we were in this. It's like the moment the person is seeing oneself in the connection, and the person is just so terrified, so reactive, so threatened, right? But not so much people now. Now they are more open, more trusting, more softer, more willing. But in the beginning, it was extremely hard. So this is everybody has to understand that we are this consciousness, and the consciousness has lived a long time, and the consciousness also have like a full with the weaknesses or its ignorances as well. It's like the simple word I can say, there is so much dirt has accumulated on this consciousness as well. So this is what we are. It's no judgment.
yeah. And it's not, I mean, if we plug in to the, for me, maybe the news or whatever, it's ready to give us much more dirt. Like there's always more dirt if you want it. It seems like consciousness is almost just getting louder and shakier and busier and more electric. So it's not like it can always get worse kind of thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. It's like, just see that, like your tiny little crack opens up in the person, you see a lot, right? According to the person, you see a lot. Oh, this is too much, right? But it's only a crack. And the person opens more, person says, oh my goodness, I was thinking that was a more, but this is a lot. This is worse than before. It's the same, it's just constantly. And the openings are bigger and bigger and bigger in the person. And then at the same time, the cost, and then what the person sees is also more and more and more. But according to the mind, it's supposed to be opposite way. It's supposed to be less. That's what I'm saying. It's not working according to the mind. That's why the higher is different than this mind understanding, this mind knowledge. And sometimes we call it innocence. It knows, it moves. There is so much more. That's why even for myself, I see that like sometimes even small things, when it touches you, and then it just seems like you just all of a sudden you're seeing it at the first time. But the way it moves you is never has moved you before.
Yeah.
So why this is happening? Because the openness is much more now than ever before. And the cost is more and more. Because before is all about the survival of this eye. And then your eyes opening in consciousness, and which you very beautifully saying there is a lot within this consciousness. And moving beyond this consciousness is obviously it's just going to be more.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier, either this morning or last night. I don't remember, about the sort of even just the, I've talked about this before, the idea of infinity, right? Like there's this journey is infinity. Like I see you continuing to open and continuing to give, and actually you're like more in love with your walk. Even I feel like it. It's not like you've ever said that, but I watching you, it's like it just the love doesn't end either, it just increases for you and what you're willing to give, etc. And it's sort of from the mind point of view, you sort of look at it as a human in a personal way, and you go, well, what's the point of that? You can never get there. What's the point of all this work? And then it sort of hit me. I'm looking at it as work. I'm not looking at it as an unfolding. I'm not looking at it as an increasing beingness. So when you look at it from the mind can't possibly understand a journey that never ends, or a work that never ends, and sacrifice that never ends. It doesn't even make any sense to the personal level. But from another level, it's just like a flower, flowering and feeding itself and loving itself and opening to everything. It's like you can't understand it from the mind. I saw both. I saw my mind going, what? This is stupid. And the heart going, no, you don't understand. Like, come here. For me, it's okay.
Yes, it is like that. It is like your mind again and again is going to create some kind of doubt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because it does not understand this higher knowledge, this infinite. Because it's just it stays with this protection belief system. is feel safe, right?
Yeah.
But yes, but another thing is for the mind is also it's being included slowly, slowly. Even though still mind stays as a mind, it still create these doubts again and again, as you said it. Yeah, even it can create the doubt till the, the last breath we take as this human being. It's okay, but throughout the life, what we are earning, that's more meaningful. Then we can see that doubt as is.
Mind.
Yeah, yeah. It's like just see that the difference in the beginning when the doubt comes and the person is spinning in this doubt days. I don't know, I don't get it, I don't understand if it's true or if it's not true. I don't know, right? And then slowly, slowly, as you keep on walking in this walk and the doubt comes, maybe within an hour or so, you can see that. Then minutes, then seconds, then split second, right? But you are earning though.
At some point, I'll get there.
Yeah, it's just like, it's just this earning is happening.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like, it's not you understanding it, you are that.
Yeah. Even though I'm not that evolved yet, I can sort of see. I can sort of see how you just, when you're turned more inward and more solid and resolute in that turning, that the mind comes and you recognize it quicker as mind, as the tightness, the smallness, the
Yeah.
crampedness. It's like you're in a closet instead of in a field, and you just feel it and you go, I know what this is. I know this song.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to stop it, but I'm not going to turn my face back outward just because I'm hearing this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a beautiful straightness in that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because everything is created by this whole universe, as you said it earlier. So even our mind is created by this universe as well.
Mm.
So it's not there is anything wrong with it.
I see what you mean. It's not bad kind of thing.
It's not. It's not.
Yeah. Yeah, it just seems like I just keep going back to like, it's not bad. We're identifying with it, and that's what messes us up. Like the universe doesn't do that. The universe just sees the mind and the heart and this and that, and it's just like a tree, just whether it's rain or snow or sun, but we grab, we run, we get afraid, we get tilted. And the universe is like this.
Yeah, that's why it's a play.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
going with the flow.
Yeah, it's just like whenever it's ready, it just becomes one.
Mhm.
Whenever it's ready, it just goes this way.
Mhm.
So it's not, it's like in a way it's in nobody's hand. Like the universe is not a person.
Right.
It's just not a man, right?
Mhm.
It itself is like that. It comes together.
Yeah.
It just opens this way. It just
Yeah, I'm starting to understand on a deeper level. It's not about making the split disappear. It's about in letting the split inhabit you, and you don't get bent by the split. Whether
yeah,
it's this way or
yeah,
that way, you just see it,
yeah.
but you stay like this.
Yeah, the split is like it's again, it's just like the person is divided into two. right? So that's why even to the person, everything exists.
Mhm.
And then slowly, and the person sees this existence, but same time as sees it's a suffering. The same time it sees it's a it's a repetition. Okay. And now you see that this human being's level is very higher level. So when you can see that, like, okay, this is I'm suffering. Most of the people, they wake up from the sufferings. But some people, they can wake up from acknowledging this is just repetition. So either way you are waking up from, it's like, it doesn't matter. It's like, then you see this is consciousness. This is not who I am. Right? I am divided. I am divided. I'm not that. Right? I'm divided with these, even with the attachments. I'm so divided. I'm so divided with my belief system, fear. I'm so divided. Any preference is just creating more division in me. So it's just like these things are more and more coming into person's awareness that this is not me. This is not who I am, though. Okay.
Yeah, it's
And
just like
if I more and more I see that this is not who I am, because this is not satisfying me. This is not it. And then you have to open.
yeah, I mean, lately I just see it's kind of like a war zone. It's just an impossible war zone. It's just like splits and all the eyes are fighting. And it's just like you kind of start to look at it and you're like, there's no way. It's like, yeah, everybody's talking about Russia and Ukraine right now, but it's just a small example. But it's like, there's no way to fix this. There's just no way to fix it. You almost just have to like,
Because the ego doesn't want to come back. It doesn't want to come down, right? Anybody's, it's like you, that's what I'm saying. It's like even the person who's willing to come down is hard enough for that person. But the person who's totally blind in it, it's impossible, helpless.
yeah, I was actually going to ask you about that. That was one of the questions that I wrote down this morning. Like, and it's obvious, but I'll just throw it out there anyway. It's like the person likes the split because it keeps it busy. It keeps this, and the suffering likes the suffering, even though the suffering is hell. The person likes the suffering because it's a distraction from the quiet. I think I wrote down the quiet death of the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't want to face that quiet death, so would rather just beat itself for all eternity than
Mm-hmm.
face that quiet death.
Yeah, yeah. And to the universe is it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like the human being can suffer, but to the universe, to the higher knowledge, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see that. I don't get it, but I see that. I
Yeah,
hear like I'm hearing
because
it.
to the higher intelligence is it's a play. It's so impersonal to see that, for example.
Yeah.
If for example, the impersonalness is when it sees this war, it's like the people suffering, right? It's so impersonal. It's like in that it doesn't really destroys to that level. It doesn't even, it's just like the person able to see its ignorance.
Yeah. It's like useful to the person, but the universe, I don't want to say it doesn't care, but in a sense, it doesn't.
No, it's not like it doesn't care. That's according to the mind.
Okay.
it's like so much suffering is being created by this ego. And to the higher levels, to the universe, it's like for example, the suffering is still producing the energy. For example, person is so exhausted, so suffering, so even you said I see it's like a war zone, but producing some kind of energy. So the higher levels, it's like first is a consciousness. It's just something is returning back. It's energy. I cannot understand. It's just like even though it's a suffering, it's like, for example, there was a war going on, right? Even though it's a war, it's like it's a painful to see that, or even to say that. We don't want to even say that, like it's so painful as a human being, right? But if you move as a higher level, it's impersonal, then there is energy being produced by this war. So much tension, right? Everybody's alert more, wars going on, isn't it? Even the person is used to sit in the very corner of their own closet, is still coming out and just saying, oh, war is going on, right? So you see, more energy is being produced. Even in the war, there's so much energy is being produced.
Yeah, lots of drama and right and wrong and all this.
These are the thoughts. These are the thoughts. But a simple way, energy.
Okay.
Right? The thought is very basic here, we have created. But the real language is from the heart, which we call it as a universal language. But first we are understanding this energy is being produced, and for the higher level, that energy, where it's coming from, it doesn't matter. It can be coming from a very joyful event, right? It can be coming from a war zone. It's energy. This is how the higher knowledge works.
And what does that energy do? Does it feed the universe in some way, support the universe, or is it just part of the play? It just comes and goes. And
it's just a part of the play.
So the universe is sort of, it's so.
There is no gain or loss in it. It's like, that's what we are understanding. There is no gain or loss to the universe.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's like the universe is so impersonal that the motivation behind the energy, the thoughts behind the energy, the good or badness behind the energy is almost not relevant to the universe.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It just sees energy, and it's part of the flow, part of the play, part of the ever shifting texture.
Yeah. But this energy is at the consciousness level. At the consciousness level, it's like it's giving something to it. It's like Gurdjieff explained it a very beautiful way. It's like to the machinery, there is a more flow fuel to that machinery.
Or what to the machinery?
Fuel. Oil. Yeah, fuel, like
fuel.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's energizing to the machinery.
And that's different from the universe. Like it fuels the system.
It's just our consciousness.
Yeah. It's sort of encouraging the repetition, the suffering, the repeating.
Yeah. This repetition is like, if the big machinery is going on, it always needs something. And so many ways as a human being is producing it. It's like even religious events is producing so much energy, right? Wars are producing so much energy, but it's being fed by this consciousness.
Yeah, I almost see it like there's some distracting elements to all of it. And it's like the system needs to keep us entertained or distracted by this good, bad, war, peace, so that we don't
Yeah,
actually just quietly die. Like we has to
yeah,
keep
yeah,
changing the channel on the television. Ooh, look at
yeah,
that. Ooh, look at that.
yeah, yeah. Consciousness is like that. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's a machinery. It's just going on. But this is what is it. It's a sad picture in a way.
Yeah, in a way, because you sort of go, well, isn't anybody up there? Isn't there some God worried about us? And
Exactly.
you're kind of saying,
Even like I remember that even Nanak time, it's like there was a war was going on. Even Gurdjieff time, there was a war was going on. Jesus time, it's like so much is going on throughout. Since we can go back to this history, always something is going on.
mhm,
Are we able to stop it?
yeah,
Everybody's heart was sad about it, but at the same time unable to do anything about it. But more and more we understand this higher knowledge, how it works. And we are that higher knowledge. We need to understand it so we can move beyond this programmed way. Consciousness is a gain and loss. Universe is not.
yeah.
If it is a gain and loss, there will be a devil and a God, right?
In a preference. That's why the universe doesn't have
Yeah,
preference, because to the
yeah,
universe, it's not that way.
yeah, yeah.
So we really can't, yeah. We can't fix this mess. We can't fix this mess. We just
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
transcend this mess in a way. Maybe that's
yeah,
not the right word. I don't know. But we have to see that we're more than this mess. We can't, that we're not that. But we can't go in there with our tools and, all right, we're going to fix this war and fix this
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
religious problem. Or,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like this as a human being. It's like always tries to something new. Think this is new, but it's the same thing. It's like just, for example, it's an old tool. It's just like a dress up in a nicer way, like or shape is like different, but it's the same thing. From day one, everybody wants to fix all this. Nobody wants these wars. Nobody wants it. But it's not only about the wars. The wars are always going on into the human being, you know. So if we don't shine the light on that, and then we don't understand the consciousness. And then if we don't understand the consciousness, we are unable to move beyond the consciousness.
and we have to see what we're believing into, or else we're trapped by it forever.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And we are in a multiple belief system. Like every thought is creating more beliefs. Every event is creating more beliefs.
Yeah.
Every hurt is creating more beliefs.
Yeah, it is in a way, like you said, not a pretty picture. Like there is, like I'm feeling like sadness a little bit. It's just like
Mhm.
The universe is so neutral. I almost want some, I'm starting to see the religious beliefs. It's like I almost want some paternal or maternal, whatever, like some God who's like, I love you, I'm going to protect you, like some kind of like person up there who's watching, who's trying to help, like somehow.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. I'm just
Yeah,
watching.
yeah, yeah. Because we don't understand. It's like we want to stay with some kind of belief so we can just live. It's like we need some kind of protection. So okay, so I can just live this life kind of thing.
I was about to say to feel a little more safe in this dangerous existence,
Yeah,
just a little, just enough
yeah,
safety to get us through.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But if we just open our eyes in a little bit higher level, then we need to understand, or we can just question ourselves what we are protecting, what we need protection for. This body, you cannot save it. End of the day, it's going to be gone.
Yeah.
But this whole, we can call it drama, is about to save this body or save this mind or save me even after life kind of thing.
And we do that in all the sneaky ways, so many
Yeah,
sneaky ways.
yeah, yeah,
I'll write a book, I'll make a song, I'll have a child, I'll build a town, I'll make a company, whatever,
yeah, yeah. Because it's just like one way or the another. So I make sure I exist.
forever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, big time. Super powerful in the person.
Yeah.
It definitely invites more, I'll use the word responsibility, because it's almost like the universe is just like neutral and there. It's not going to reach out and hold you. Like
Mm-hmm,
you have to do the walking.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So it's like it's on you.
mm-hmm.
It's like there's like a little bit of a chill in the air kind of thing. Put your
Yeah,
jacket on and start walking, buddy.
yeah, 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 yeah. Because you see, it's like universe is not away from us. It's like we cannot say universe is out there.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's here. It's here within me. It's I'm surrounded by it. I'm surrounded by its vastness. I am that, right?
And yet we're cut off from that to our
Yeah,
beliefs and our
yeah,
illusions and our ignorance. And yeah, no, I get it. Like you're not walking anywhere, but we say walking because it feels that way because you're
yeah,
just so
yeah,
far
yeah,
from it.
yeah. And when we started because we are lost.
Yeah,
We are definitely super strongly lost. It's not
powerfully lost.
powerfully lost.
Yes, that is for sure.
So we need,
Breathtakingly.
we need, we need, we need to, yeah, we need to wake up. It's like all human beings need to wake up. All. So we can even taste it what actually was given to us for this time, right? Even this planet, for example, we born in. We are
Mhm.
our planet is connected with many different planets and all that, right?
Mhm.
Or many things we're connected with, right? It's just this is universe has created this. But if we stay within our own misery, we are unable to relate with that. We are unable to relate with that beauty
Gratitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
right.
we cannot be in that gratitude if we don't see it. But we only can see through the, as we shift.
I'm almost seeing this in physical forms right now, physical postures. Like I see the negativity that you're alluding to in this moment, almost like somebody who's like hunched over and curled up in a ball and looking down at their knees, at the dirt, the kind of thing. And if they would just, oh, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping, like it's the world hasn't changed. It's what you're looking at or what you're not looking at.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, it's like a, now you see that like everything is created by this universe, right? And it's going to be taken by this universe back, right?
Yes.
It's like there is nothing in our hand. But what is in our hand that we have ability to relate with that?
That's beautiful. We can't grab the gift, but we can appreciate the gift.
Yeah, by, if we can open our eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like we spoil the meal by trying to grab all the food and put it in a bag and stuff it in our pockets for later instead of just appreciating this free meal. It's a free meal. We didn't, I
Mhm.
mean, the universe gave us this life and this planet and this
Yeah,
oxygen
yeah,
to breathe. We're just pretty lucky. We're just here kind of like, whoa, how the heck did all this happen?
yeah, yeah.
Kind of trying to like, it's like, yeah, you got invited to this party and you're stealing everything in the house instead of just appreciating the beauty of it.
Yeah, that's why our human life is most likely is unlived.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I hear that.
And
Yeah.
the illusion is the person is thinking, I am living, I am enjoying, I'm enjoying this, I'm enjoying that. It's like, I'm earning so much money, I have built a beautiful mansion. And just it's like person is thinking, I am enjoying. It's like, you see, it's a total misunderstanding. We're not enjoying, we're not even present. How we can enjoy? We're always running to the next. We're always running to the next.
Yeah. Somehow it almost it's coming to me like the beauty of all these things is that they're not ours somehow. The beauty of life is that it doesn't need to be grabbed. I don't, I'm just touching it. It's not fully there, but
Because anything we grab, we just possess. We have to make sure it's there. Then the fear comes, this aggressiveness comes, ego comes, like, all that same thing starts again.
it's almost like we don't know why we got sent here. It's almost like we got sent here just to we have one purpose, and that's to see that everything we see is not it, like in some crazy way. And that's the gift itself is like, this isn't even, look at all this beauty and this isn't even the beauty kind of thing. And we don't,
Mhm.
we don't even know why we got sent here.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's like, just see that the moment you're talking, and this is the question keep on coming in human being. Why I'm here? Why? Right? But you see that the ability to know thyself, where it is in this human being. If I see I am that universe, I see that, I know that, right? I understand that. It's not small thing. It's not you read it in the books. But yes, this question comes again and again. Why? And so many people I hear, I don't even want to be here. I don't like it. I said, it doesn't matter what you're saying. Universe doesn't understand your language,
Right.
right?
Says if it's impersonal to a war, it sure as hell doesn't care whether you want to be here or not. You're here, buddy.
Exactly. You see?
Deal with it.
Yeah. Just see what you said. I cannot even hear that it's happening in such a big way. It's like huge loudness. The whole world is conscious that way. But to the universe, it's impersonal.
Just the play.
It's a play, yes.
When you talk that way, it invites us. They talk in Christianity about being more Christ-like, being more like God. It's almost like if we were to be more like the universe, everything would just be like not a big deal. Everything.
It is. It is not.
And I was going to bring that up too, like how we get when we all have these connections with you in these moments where we just expand and really see something, really something bigger, something truer. And so many times the temptation is to go like, wow, oh my God, this is beautiful. This is incredible. This is it. And you're so excited and you're flying and you're not grounded anymore. And you're just like, wow, Gurpreet, oh my God. And just to see that that's just the flip side of the war, that like, yes, it's beautiful, but it's also, I don't want to say it doesn't matter because it's so important, but
it is. It is.
But it doesn't matter in the way that you think it does. It's like, and yet there's nothingness and everythingness and everything else at the same time.
Yeah, because I see that, like I see this ego is so tricky. I see it in people. And while everybody's opening, sometimes huge openings happening. Sometimes I see the person is such in a higher level now, right? But this ego is really tricky. It doesn't take long. It just takes a split second for the ego to just grab it. And this is such a beauty. This is such a so meaningful what is happening in our group. We don't want to give it to this ego's hand. So that's why even for my own self, it's the same way. And the same way I'm just telling the group, it's like, it's not for you. You be in that, you let it be. It's like when you're letting it be, it's just coming back. You are becoming that higher knowledge, but not for you.
I almost think like what comes before the me is the sentence, this is it. Like, wow, this is it. And the moment you have that, you're claiming, and the moment you're claiming, there's a secret I that did that claiming, and then that it's got you.
Yeah.
So you have to make room for them, even when you're seeing the beauty and finally you're out of the suffering, finally for a moment, and you can breathe. You almost have to just say, I know there's more. I just don't see it yet. I'm grateful, but this is not the whole cake. There's more. There's more.
Yeah. It's just like, to me, as like, I feel like each time when I'm there and being that, and then it's like, it's not like a fully satisfying you kind of way. It's not personal way, I can say, but I don't know any other word. But it's not it. Even though there was some level, that's it. You stay there longer, and that's it. And then slowly, I begin to see that it can't be it. This is unlimited. I'm still limited. But you need that kind of honesty in you to move from that level. Because otherwise you park there. You says, okay, that's it. That's enough.
Yeah.
Because it's like moving forward is not easy.
And we've all suffered so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's this urge to like, okay, this is tolerable. This is even beautiful. Like I'm gonna stay right here. I'm not gonna take the risk of losing everything when finally I have a little bit of peace.
Yeah.
I get it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why it's like I always been, I'm appreciating the openings and the people, but at the same time, it's like I think it's quite a bit in the group now. They all know it's not it. So they heard from many times from me, and they're not grabbing it now.
Mhm.
Yeah, or less and less grabbing is happening.
It's becoming more about the opening rather than like what you learned or what you
But at the same time, but at the same time you see that how much beauty and this higher knowledge is arising in the group.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, every heart wants to just join in it, just want to jump in it. It's not threatening anymore the way it used to be, because now people willing from that sincere heart.
Yeah, so much more openness.
Yeah, so now you understand. If you stay in, you understand. Because when you stay in, then next time you open more, and then there is a more higher beauty, higher connection, higher understanding. Then you know that there was more. But when you get out of the group and then you satisfy, then your mind make you content. Your mind tells you, okay, you are better off now.
You're there, or you're somewhere good enough, or something.
Yeah.
And I also, so this is coming too, because this came to me, I know I've had, and I think Joel's talked about this too, the word responsibility, like sometimes scares him, and I've felt that way too, like the word responsibility can be scary. And something came to me, that like, and it was within the past day or two when I was sort of like in and out and in and out. And when I was in, it was just like smallness, letting go, more personalness, healing. And when I was grabbing, it was like the terror, the control, the split, and there's so much hell and suffering. And I realized that you could almost take the word responsibility and replace it with self-care in a way, because what it is when you don't take responsibility, you suffer greatly, so greatly. And when you take responsibility and go in, even when it's really hard, healing happens to you. And so I think just throwing it out there, that not that responsibility is true word, but I think you can look at that as actually just taking care of yourself, almost like brushing your teeth, and it could be less scary to some people. And it just kind of came to me there.
That's a good thing, because it is in me as well. Like I wanted to talk about it. It's like this belief system, this consciousness, this game of consciousness. It's like in that, because we are collective, right? So we're coming from the laziness. We never took responsibility, right? It's like you come, you just do whatever you need to do, right? you even build a house, you just work hard and all that, but it's just mechanical. It's all mechanical, right? And then you die. Then go back into the consciousness, this whole consciousness again, right? So in that, it's like you see that again and again, this consciousness itself is just kind of lazy.
With the repeating.
You program this machinery. Machinery is not doing anything. It's already programmed.
It's just repeating. It's repeating.
Yeah. So just see that it's this, as a personal level, this person is lazy itself. It's not a judgment. This is where we're coming from. And when we choose this responsibility, it scares the person. It threatens the person. It threatens the whole machinery, right? Because it never been like this. And every belief system, small beliefs, small, it just makes us lazy. It keeps us in the lazy mode.
Is that because it's easier to believe something than it is just to open and see?
Yeah, we are, but we're constantly bombarded by the beliefs. Whether you like or you don't like, whether you're conscious, you're not conscious, you are living that way. To regain this consciousness, personal consciousness, is not easy. This is where the responsibility to begin with, regain the consciousness, right? Because otherwise you're part of this big consciousness. There's nothing you can do. So when you regain the consciousness or begin to regain the consciousness, then all your system is in shock. It wants to sleep. It just wants to go into something mechanical way, like, I hope one day it's going to be over, right? Because this is where it's coming from.
It's almost like life only makes sense to the person if there is repetition, because you base your perceived future on your remembered past. And the idea of just opening continually into the newness, it makes you feel like you're going to lose your mind.
Exactly.
So the laziness is actually like, God, I'm seeing it's like protection.
Yes.
Because it's very easy to judge. I think that's a really good distinction, because it's very easy to judge as I'm lazy, I don't care, I'm bad. It's like to see the lazy more as protection than bad.
Yeah.
Really
that's what I keep on reminding people. Don't judge yourself. This is where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So this laziness is so ingrained in us.
I mean, if you equate automatic with laziness and see them as sort of the same, then we are only that. We are programmed completely.
Exactly.
We literally are lazy in every cell. All the cells are the same DNA.
Exactly. It's like if you're programmed, okay, you know what? I'm gonna receive this much education, then I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna build this, I'm gonna take care of something, and then I'm gonna die. This is my program. But this, if you are seeing yourself as a human being, and then you see that this everything else is animals in the same program.
Plants, whatever
there is, it's in the same program.
And then yeah, I'm really relating. So and then when you try to get out of that program, you feel so lost and alone. You're just confused and small and scared. Like I'm always like shaky and like, what am I doing? I don't have the kid. I don't have the house. I don't have, what. And it's like, there's nothing to grab onto. The machine part of you doesn't even know what to do.
Yes.
It kind of feels worse, even though the other thing feels like you're a machine. That doesn't feel good either. but you disconnect from the machine and you're just like scared. You're this scared, wet little child in the forest shivering. You can't win.
And in the very beginning, the people were so much terrified with this.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just like, I even remember one person was telling me, he said, oh my God, what I have put myself into it. And I see other people, they are just shopping, they are just traveling, and, just seems like they're enjoying so much. But myself, I just put myself into something different,
Mhm.
right? Because
Yeah.
part of you still want to go with that.
Yeah.
It's just want to be in that mechanical.
Well, you see other people you look at other people like, are you satisfied with it? Is there something wrong with me, man? Like, how come I couldn't do your family job thing and be okay? I would lose my mind doing that too, but I'm losing my mind over here. Like, I don't know where to go.
Yeah, yeah,
I've had that thought. I look at people who can just do it, and I don't look down on them either. Like, I admire them. Like, I don't think I'm better or any of that crap. I'm just like, I'm almost jealous. Like, it's okay. You're okay with this? You're just gonna live and have some kids and then have some grandkids and then die. That's great. You sleep better than I do. Congratulations. It's
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah. So that's why there is so much cost is involved, so much cost. So the laziness, from there, we're just choosing to take responsibility. And of course, person gonna go this way again and again. Oh, frustration, anger, anxiety. It's like, oh, I wish I'm different.
blaming, so much blaming.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But there is no other way. Either you are just part of this mechanicalness, or you earn your own consciousness.
Yeah,
And it's gonna take every cell of yours to
yeah, yeah. Everything. Just
everything.
all the gas in the tank, every cell. It's just everything goes in this sail.
Yeah. So that's why it's so much cost is involved, and the human being is not ready to pay the cost. So that's why it's very few people who are willing to pay this cost.
Yeah, you have to be able to turn your back on sort of everything that you think you are.
Yeah. Yeah. And again and again, it's like person is so easily get plugged into the some different kind of belief,
Like, even you mean like a
which
spiritual.
making person lazy. I have to be certain ways. It's laziness.
Yeah.
It's even this speaking, saying, convincing oneself is so mechanical that person is so much under this all the time.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's like this whole thing's opening up in the laziness for me, just like seeing it as protection. I mean, it is lazy. I'm not saying it's not. I see that it is what it is, but it's what's underneath it is fear and protection.
Mhm, mhm.
And to see that, it allows me, I don't know if other people are relating right now, but allows me personally to be more gentle with it. Not that way, but like that way, like it's okay. We're not gonna go to poorness, we're not gonna go to self-hatred, but we're gonna see what it is you're protecting.
Mhm.
Maybe you see what it is that you're protecting. Like, right, look at it.
Yeah, it's like a small thing. It's like for example, for any reason, you wake up so many times at the night time, you don't have a good sleep, right? It's like you see that, like how much person is believing into it, that I have to have a good sleep. I have to have it. But person don't see that belief that I have to have a good sleep. Person does not even know what good sleep means, but I have to have it. And then every thing from this consciousness is supporting that belief. I have to have it. But if you, the moment, if you can see that it's my belief, if it can just pop up like this, oh, it's my belief, whole system is gonna relax. That is a good night's sleep. Right?
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing.
Not as it is just keep on running after I need to, I have to, right?
The way I'm thinking about it right now, it's almost like disease. Okay, like I can't be sick. I can't get this illness, or I can't twist my ankle, or I can't, like, any kind of, it falls in the basket of discomfort. Like if this happens, I'll be in pain. If I don't get sleep, I'll be, because when you don't get sleep, there is a discomfort, right? There's on a personal level, there's like your eyes burn, you can't concentrate as well. But that's just on a personal level. On an impersonal level, you're capable of pretty much whatever it is that you need to be or need to do. So you're just getting attached to these kind of superficial things that you've tricked yourself into thinking really, really matter. It's like a game you're playing with yourself. That's how I'm seeing it in this moment. It's just sleep's another, like a preference almost. And that's all. That's just all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you cannot just say that. It's like just see that, and so more you being in that, it's just like, so that belief, that preference, or this idea behind it. If I don't sleep, I'm gonna be sick. If I don't sleep, I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna go insane. It's like there's so many beliefs.
I'll be uncomfortable even.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just like those beliefs has to be dropped. Right?
Yeah, it forms how we exist. Like even that little belief, I'm seeing it just sort of like it's part of the tapestry that forms how we relate with the universe from our personal way. We think we have all these rules, so you need sleep, and even letting go of a small belief threatens your worldview in a strange way. Like, oh, I thought that was true. What do you mean? That's not true.
It's like, this is, again, I'm gonna open a little bit more in this area. For example, I'm saying there is a belief. I have to have it. I have to have a good night's sleep. And if any noise is distracting you at the nighttime or anything, or your physical, and then you're so annoyed with it, right? And so much more is happening. But if you see it, if you from this, all this commotion, you see it, it's my belief. And then belief itself is gonna drop. It's just like a whole, this commotion part is gonna be dropped. But it's not about, okay, this means I should not have a good night's sleep. It's not like that.
Right.
Everybody has to understand this.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm
like
not talking about this or this.
Yeah. Not another split.
Yeah. We are talking about itself, what the belief is.
Yeah.
Belief itself is a split.
Yeah, correct. I see.
Yeah. So now we're bringing ourselves together that, oh, okay, I'm stuck in this issue. I'm stuck in this preference. I'm suffering. I'm exhausted.
Yes.
And that way the person can let that belief be dissolved within. And that is going to bring the newness in the person. And the feeling is going to be like you had a good night's sleep already, right? Yeah. Because otherwise, like a fight with the fight, even if you have a half night's good sleep and half night not, you want that another half night's sleep. You don't even appreciate you slept very well half of the night, right? Because there's so much going on, so much. This is just about, we are talking about the sleep, but everything is the same way.
It's like you exhaust yourself, right? But struggling and fighting and controlling. Of course, you're tired. It's almost like maybe the tiredness comes from that. Who knows?
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's it's like it's still part of this belief. Everything is a part of that belief, what the person is experiencing with.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All the rolling around and the frustration and the
Yeah,
getting mad at yourself or bed or the neighbor.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But this is like everyday's practice. It's not like a one-time thing.
Right, right, right.
Yeah,
You can't just snap your fingers and you're done with it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then again and again, even we just go back to this laziness. Even fighting with this is a part of this laziness, because fighting is, as you saw that earlier, it's a war zone.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah,
mechanical.
yeah, yeah. It's on. It's the familiar. It's the easy way.
Yeah,
Even though
yeah.
it hurts, it's the easy
There
way.
is no responsibility there. Something is going on.
Yeah, even like a simple thing like sleep. It's like I just see how facing that belief fully challenges your worldview, and there could be shakiness and invites you into the less familiar, which you don't want to go.
Exactly.
Even like a super
Exactly.
silly belief, like I like pizza, anything
Yeah,
to
yeah,
just like
yeah,
really
yeah.
challenge what you know, what your platform is.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow. It's interesting. I can see why we're so afraid to move.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a big responsibility. It's a big, because we need to use this whole consciousness in a way. Every person around you, every creature around us, every kind of environment we are in, it's our mirror.
Mhm. Everything inside and outside.
Yeah,
Everything.
yes. Outside is showing us what is inside.
Mhm.
So that's why we're using this consciousness. Consciousness is our mirror from outside, and it's showing us our inner. So if the one can see this inner, what's going on, it's me. And then it's just understanding is happening, unfolding is happening.
And is that when you can let the other in, when you really see the other in you and
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
open to it? And
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like we need to use it, this whole consciousness. Even we need to use all these words. I keep on reminding people. I said, we need to use it. Even if we can even see that, if it depend on the person, what level the person is. It's like this is how the person is being touched by this, even outside wars, right? So whichever levels you're being touched by is just used as a mirror. And because same thing is happening within you.
yeah. Okay. You see, you're feeling the innocence, you're feeling the suffering, the victim, maybe even the perpetrator, maybe you're even the bad guy, all these things, all these faces.
Everything is happening within you.
It's like more splits.
Mhm.
Yeah, I see what you mean when you say you have to use everything
It's
to
like
open.
it's like a even um, there was a movie I was watching, and I watched that movie many times before Avatar, and then I watched it again. And in that movie, and then the girl was saying, the nature doesn't take sides; it just balances the life. It really reminded me all of a sudden, like so this is how it is.
And like you were saying before about the universe, it's just energy.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't take sides.
Really, if you let that in, that'll blow your mind. Just even that, like really, all the concepts about good and bad can get destroyed. I'm just seeing. I'm not even open to. We've been talking about it for an hour, but I haven't really opened to just that even.
Mm-hmm.
That the
Yes,
universe doesn't take sides. That's such a
yes,
powerful short sentence. It's
yes,
kind of mind blowing.
yes. It's hard to digest, though. It's hard to
I'm
digest for the
feeling it
human
now.
mind. Yeah,
I'm feeling it. It's
yeah.
like I'm like pushing it up. I'm like, nope. That how can that be? What about good and bad and
Mm-hmm.
kindness and Mother Teresa and Jesus or whoever? Doesn't matter. But I can see that. Yeah, as I'm letting it in a little bit, I see how much I'm not open to it.
Yeah.
But how it is inviting impersonalness and neutrality and all these other beautiful things that don't feel beautiful in a personal way, of course, but just sort of like
Mm-hmm.
and smallness and humbleness and I don't know-ness.
Mm-hmm.
From this place, I almost have just like the slightest taste of how even being good, there's like a bigness in that. Like somehow, it's just this faintest taste. Like how that's not even real or something. Like, I don't understand yet. I know that. It's just,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The understanding is happening slowly at the heart level. It's like this is sometimes the person doesn't even call as my understanding.
yeah, it's
It's
just,
like it's like a knowing.
yeah. Or sometimes it's just like a feeling of something is a certain way and you don't even
Mm-hmm.
understand. It's just
Yeah, yeah.
like it feels like there's bigness in being good. Like it just feels that way. I'm just aware of all these beliefs just kind of settling down a little bit. Not leaving, but settling down a little bit in me.
Yes. Yeah.
And how much I've been believing into all of this kind of nonsense. Sort of.
It's like just see that in this moment, you see that like the beliefs are coming down. It's like before the person is so much in this. Okay, this is good and bad. This is good. This is bad. It's like you just see that what we talked about even earlier, Dowell and God. It's created in our own mind, right? Because we keep on believing this is good, this is bad, this is good, this is bad. This bad one is going to be punished. This good one's going to be go to the heaven. It's just in the mind level. The true heaven is not like that. It's just like, as we're talking about, this beyondness, which we're scared to go into or move into, because we just want to stay in this mechanical way. There's no responsibility, but it's just being repeated.
And even good and bad is like so much sort of like easier than this.
Mm-hmm.
Because if nothing's good or bad, it's a lot more confusing. You can't really put yourself anywhere. You can't say anything about anybody or anything.
Yeah, because it's like a person is so afraid to move beyond.
Yeah.
It's like a person says, okay, what does beyondness means? Then I'm leaving my home, my consciousness home. Even though I'm suffering, repetition, same thing, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. At the same time, I don't like to go into the unknown. I don't know that part. This is known to me.
Familiar,
Right?
familiar hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell and heaven, just mind states.
Mm.
And of course, this beyondness, mind doesn't understand. But in this beyondness, the one able to evolve.
Nature teaches us all of this, but we're paying attention to the wrong things. We look at the pretty bird, we look at the lion chasing the deer, and we hope the deer escapes. We don't we're not really, nature's like, I'm showing you everything, and we're not listening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We don't even understand what the beauty is in the nature. We think it's the bird. It's
We're unable to relate. If we can't take the pain, we're unable to relate with the nature as well.
yeah. I'm letting it in just a little bit, and it's actually so like opening me up. It's like so beautiful. It's so much bigger and more expansive than the pretty bird. Like you almost don't get to be part of that which is more if you hold on to this good and bad. You can't. Because what is the more is beyond the good and bad. So you've already defeated yourself. You've already lost the game. And kind of also see how, like, because the universe is just doing this all the time. And of course, our walk is sort of like forever because it's always changing what we're opening up into. So we're never like there. It's never like you're done because the universe isn't there. It's not done. There's nothing, there's no such thing as done is like lack of living. Done is frozenness. Done is not. There's missing the whole point with our inability to understand infinity. We don't understand infinity. It's not this big deal. It's actually not a big deal. It just means it's not dead. It just means alive.
Exactly. It's like a slowly, as our group, it just keep on expanding opening, deepening. It's like slowly, slowly we are earning this understanding, this connection. Right? Slowly, slowly. Because otherwise, if the person is closed, it's just like, in a very unconscious level, it's like you can't talk to the person about the universe, about this, about that, right? You can't. You only talk as your understanding is increasing, deepening.
Yeah, you can only speak from where you're at.
Yeah. It's a little by little, just earning this understanding.
Beautiful.
And thank you.
Thank you so much, Gurpreet. Thank you very much from all of us.
Yeah.
From all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.